A growth mindset allows you to see obstacles as stepping stones to personal development and professional growth. Example, an individual who is laid off might focus on how this is an opportunity to pursue their passion for entrepreneurship or start a side hustle. Actionable step when faced with setbacks, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Reframe the situation as a chance for growth and self-discovery. Actionable steps. Track your progress. Celebrate small wins, such as updating your resume, completing a course, or receiving positive feedback on an interview. This helps build momentum. Maintain a positive outlook. While it's important to process your emotions, also keep an optimistic view of the future. The path forward is full of possibilities. By understanding, processing, and overcoming the emotional impact of job loss, individuals can emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next chapter of their professional journey, with time, patience, and proactive steps. The emotional toll of job loss can transform into a platform for new growth and opportunities. Losing a job, a deeply personal experience. Losing a job is more than just a professional setback. It's a life-altering event that can have profound emotional consequences. It's not simply the loss of a paycheck. It can shake your confidence, challenge your sense of self-worth, and leave you questioning your future. The emotional impact is often complex and multifaceted, ranging from shock to anger, confusion, and even fear. The emotional toll can be compounded by uncertainty, especially if your job was tied to your identity, or if it was a long-term position. It can leave you feeling vulnerable, helpless, and questioning your abilities. However, understanding the emotional process and taking proactive steps to navigate through it can help you rebuild your life and career with strength and resilience. This guide will take you through the emotional stages of job loss and provide practical, actionable steps to manage your feelings, regain your sense of self-worth, and lay the groundwork for your next chapter. The initial shock, what just happened. The first reaction to job loss is often shock. Whether you were expecting it or caught off guard, this phase involves disbelief, numbness, and confusion. It's common to feel as though the world is spinning around you, and you may struggle to process what just happened. This reaction is a natural defense mechanism that helps protect you from being overwhelmed by the suddenness of the event. Actionable steps to navigate shock. Acknowledge the disbelief. Don't rush to snap out of it. Give yourself permission to feel shocked and confused. Example, after receiving the news, take a few moments to sit down and let the weight of the situation sink in. It's okay to be uncertain. Actionable step. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that this is only the first phase. It's not permanent, and your next steps will bring clarity. Pause and reflect. Resist the urge to immediately react. Instead, take time to understand how you feel and why you might be feeling this way. Example, after the initial shock, you may feel a range of emotions like anger, sadness, or fear. Reflecting on each one individually will allow you to process each emotion constructively. Actionable step. Write down your immediate thoughts and feelings in a journal. This can help you process the event and keep track of how your emotions evolve over time. Give yourself space. Shock can paralyze your ability to think clearly. Allow yourself the grace to rest and regroup. Example, after the announcement, consider taking the rest of the day off from responsibilities to rest or clear your mind. Actionable step. Block off time in your calendar for self-care, whether that's a walk, meditation, or watching your favorite show. Lingering disbelief, is this really happening? After the initial shock fades, many people experience a period of lingering disbelief. This is when the full weight of the situation starts to settle in, but you might still find it hard to accept. You might find yourself revisiting the event over and over, trying to make sense of it or even hoping that it's a bad dream. During this stage, your mind may wander into what-ifs, or you may engage in self-blame, wondering if there was something more you could have done. It's easy to feel a loss of control and to second-guess every decision. Actionable steps to navigate lingering disbelief. Seek clarity. It's important to understand why you were let go. Speak to your manager, HR, or a trusted colleague to gain insight into the reasons behind the decision. Example, if the reason for your job loss is due to restructuring or financial issues, understanding this can help you separate the situation from your personal capabilities. Actionable step. Request a formal meeting with HR to receive feedback. Document key takeaways and identify areas where you can improve in the future. Challenge negative thoughts. Disbelief often leads to sadness. Recognize these thoughts as part of the emotional process, not a reflection of your true abilities. Example, if you think, "I wasn't good enough for my job," challenge that thought by reflecting on your accomplishments and contributions. Actionable step: create a list of professional achievements, positive feedback from colleagues, and any special projects you led. This will remind you of your value. Lean on your support system during this phase. You may feel disconnected from your colleagues or work environment. Reconnect with family and friends for emotional support and reassurance. Example, reach out to someone close to you who can offer encouragement and remind you of your strengths. Actionable steps: set up regular check-ins with friends or a mentor to talk through your feelings and gain perspective. Overwhelming anger: why did this happen to me? Anger is a natural and common response to job loss, particularly if the circumstances feel unfair or unjust. Whether you feel angry at your employer, coworkers, or even yourself, this emotion can serve as a sign that you are grappling with feelings of helplessness and frustration. It's important to address this anger constructively, rather than letting it fester or manifest in negative ways. If not processed properly, anger can lead to resentment and prolonged stress, which can impact your future success and mental health. Actionable steps to navigate anger: express your anger safely. Anger needs to be acknowledged and expressed, but it's important to do so in a safe and controlled manner. Example, you may feel anger toward your manager for making a decision that impacted your livelihood. Rather than confronting them in an emotional outburst, consider writing a letter, even if you don't send it, to express your feelings. Actionable step: engage in physical activity like running, kickboxing, or yoga to release pent-up frustration. This can help you manage anger while also improving your overall well-being. Understand the root cause: anger often stems from deeper feelings of injustice, fear, or insecurity. Dig into what's really causing the anger and address the root cause. Example, you may be angry because of how the layoff was handled, but it's also important to recognize if the fear of financial instability or lack of control is fueling the anger. Actionable step: practice mindfulness techniques to explore your feelings. Set aside 10 minutes a day to sit quietly and ask yourself, what is truly causing me to feel this way? Redirect your energy into action. Use the anger as fuel for positive action. Channel your energy into proactive steps to move forward in your career. Example, instead of remaining stuck in anger, use that energy to revamp your resume, send out job applications, or learn new skills. Actionable step: create a to-do list each day that includes tangible actions you can take to make progress. Even small steps, like researching new job openings or updating your LinkedIn profile, can create momentum. Fear and anxiety: what will happen next? Fear and anxiety are common emotions that often follow job loss, especially when financial stability or future job security feels uncertain. Worrying about how to make ends meet, what the job market looks like, or how long it will take to find another position can create a paralyzing sense of dread. This phase can feel overwhelming, but it's important to address the fear head-on by focusing on actions you can take right now to regain control. Actionable steps to navigate fear and anxiety. Focus on what you can control. The future is uncertain, but you can control the steps you take today. Avoid spiraling into a cycle of what-ifs by taking small, manageable actions each day. Example, set aside time each morning to research job listings, tailor your resume, or update your professional portfolio. Focus on taking action instead of worrying about what you can't control. Actionable step: break down your tasks into smaller, achievable steps. For example, today, I'll apply to 2 jobs and update my LinkedIn profile. This creates a sense of accomplishment and reduces anxiety. Create a financial plan. One of the biggest sources of anxiety after job loss is financial insecurity. By assessing your financial situation and creating a budget, you can take the first step toward easing this worry. Example, if you have savings, create a budget to ensure you can stretch your resources until you secure another job. If necessary, consider temporary work or freelancing. Actionable step: work with a financial advisor or use budgeting apps like Mint or You Need a Budget YNAB to track expenses and prioritize essentials. Reach out for support. Fear thrives in isolation. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist who can provide support, advice, or simply a listening ear. Example, a friend who has gone through a similar experience can offer valuable insights and moral support, helping you feel less alone. Actionable step: join a support group or seek professional help from a career coach, therapist, or counselor who specializes in job loss and career transitions.